Welcome to London King's Cross, the southern terminus of the East Coast Main Line. King's Cross serves many destinations in East and North East England, and this station neighbours St Pancras International, the gateway to Europe and the East Midlands. These two stations also share an underground station fittingly named King's Cross St Pancras. Now, it's time to enter the station through this concourse called the Atrium. This was built in 2012. The Atrium features plenty of outlets and eateries on the mezzanine level, a small restaurant, a family waiting room, a small supermarket, and the LNER First Class Lounge. Through this concourse you can access platforms 9 and 10. These platforms serve Great Northern and Thameslink services. Also here is the fictional Harry Potter platform 9 and 3/4 shop. This is always busy. Just on the side here is a statue of Sir Nigel Gresley, who designed the famous steam locomotive Mallard. My train is the 906 LNER service to York, and this train will depart from platform 2, so let's head there now. Ticket scan complete, and now I'm train side. Fun fact about King's Cross, did you know it has 11 platforms? Wait, you might be thinking I'm lying. Didn't you say 10? Well, King's Cross is one of the only 15 stations in the UK to have a platform 0, which is cool, right? I'm absolutely admiring this train shed canopy, which is part of the original station, built in 1852. And my train is now pulling in. This is the Intercity 225, a classic 80s design built between 1988 and 1991. This train consists of a Class 82 Mark IV driving van trailer at one end of the train, a rake of 9 Mark IV carriages in the middle, and at the other end of the train, a Class 91 electric locomotive. These trains have a certified top speed of 140 miles an hour, but are limited to 125 miles an hour, which is still fast. A common nickname for the Class 91s are roaring locomotives because, listen to that, it's ear-piercing. Now it's time to board my train. Did you know the Class 91s had another cab? If you look between the locomotive and the first carriage, you will be able to see its blunt end cab, which looks like this. Also, this Class 91's nickname is Skyfall. Now, it's time to board my train. Standard class is arranged in a 2x2 seating layout, and the interior is bright. I'm in coach B, which is luckily for me a quiet coach. Here is my seat for today, a forward-facing window seat. Now it's time for the seat review. The seats are decently padded, but they could be better. At least they come with an ergonomic design, with slightly winged headrests. The legroom is okay, and there's also a tray table, but it's quite small. Next to each window seat, there's a British 3-pin power socket. There are also foldable armrests on either side of each seat. Above the seats is the luggage rack, and also a reservation display. Overall, the seat is a decent product, but there could have been a few more amenities such as a reading light and also a blind. This train was supposed to leave at 9:06 AM, but due to a delay, the departure time was set back till 9:25. This train will head from London King's Cross to York, calling at Stevenage, Peterborough, Grantham, Newark Northgate, Retford, Doncaster and York. This journey will take around 2.5 hours to cover the 173 miles. And let's go! Immediately after departure, the train heads into the gasworks tunnel. and out. Then the train passes underneath High Speed 1 and a local line as well. And now the train enters North London. And the train passes the first of many stations today. Finsbury Park is a major interchange between National Rail and London Underground. However, LNER services never stop here. It is merely a through station. The train passes through some more stations in North London. And some depots too. And that is the majestic Alexandra Palace. And the Alexandra Palace railway station. Here is a junction for some Great Northern services to Stevenage via the Hertford Loop line. After this tunnel, the train really gets to stretch its legs to go at 125 miles an hour. It's top speed. Notice the amount of houses declining. That means the train is approaching the end of London. And after the train passes Hadley Wood, the train is out of London. And welcome to Hertfordshire. And welcome to Stevenage. Stevenage is a town in Hertfordshire, about 28 miles north of London. In 1946, Stevenage was designated the first new town under the New Towns Act. Did you know that Lewis Hamilton is a resident of Stevenage, being born and raised there? Here is where some Great Northern and Thameslink services split off to Cambridge and King's Lynn.
Is likely to overtake us before York, so we're going to be travelling north to York.
And the train is now passing through the Peterborough suburbs. Over this river, a picturesque sight on this route. And welcome to Peterborough. Peterborough is a cathedral city located in the ceremonial county of Cambridgeshire. The city is 74 miles north of London and sits on the River Nene. Peterborough train station is a major hub in the area, serving many operators such as LNER, Greater Anglia and EMR. Now it's time to explore the train. Next to the door here is a small seat where you can lean on. Also, there's a small toilet on every coach. These Mark IV carriages were made by Metro Camel. Now it's time to review the toilet. There was plenty of water and soap. And the dryer was also working fine. Also, I like the wallpaper here. And this posh looking sign. Overall, the toilet was clean and functioned properly. Separating the standard class carriages from first class carriages is the food bar. There are a lot of food options here, from a brunch to a full dish. However, these meals are only for the first class passengers. Speaking of first class, those seats look excellent compared to the standard class seats here. Just got this booklet as a fun activity to learn more about the East Coast Main Line. Here it is. This booklet features some facts and activities about the different destinations on the East Coast Main Line. There's where I'm going. And that's it. Just as soon as I finish, the train is arriving at Grantham. Grantham is a market town and civil parish in the South Kesteven district of Lincolnshire, England, situated on the banks of the River Witham. Did you know Grantham was the birthplace of the UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher? And after departing the next station, Newark Northgate, the train will pass over the only standard gauge flat crossing in the entirety of the UK. And here it is. How cool was that? Now it's time to take a look at the LNER website. Scanning the QR code takes you straight to the website. Here you can track your journey, look for food to eat, and enjoy perks. And here's my journey, which has been heavily delayed. Enough time on the phone, let's look out of the window.
In a few moments' time we'll be arriving into Doncaster. You'll leave us here and have a good look around to ensure that you do have your luggage and have all of it taken care of and step in from the train to the platform.
And the train is now approaching the next station. Wait a second, why have we stopped? Looks like the delay is playing up again. And finally the train starts to move. And welcome to Doncaster. Located in South Yorkshire, Doncaster is a historic place for railways, with famous trains being built here such as the Flying Scotsman. Wait a second, why is that Southeastern Class 466 here? If you know, let me know in the comments. After leaving Doncaster, the train heads over the River Don. As the train is approaching York, it's time to evaluate the journey. Starting off with the train, the ride quality was very smooth, especially considering that this train is over 30 years old. Also, the train had a lot of space and the interior looked nice as well. Now, I'll go over the cost for today's journey. In standard class, tickets cost £173, which is terribly expensive. Note, this is without a rail card. So, overall, a pretty pricey journey, but it was definitely worth it. And finally, welcome to York. and it's time to hop off the train. However, you need to be very, very careful because the sound of the fans inside the locomotive will absolutely assault your ears. By the way, did you notice this picture hidden in the video? Tell me if you saw it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.